Good morning, guys. So it's spring and it's time for me to go pick up yard waste bags. So I've already collected about 100 of them and I will show you what I did with them. But for now, I have got to get more because, well, here's a few that's left. So it's time for me to take this trailer, hook it up. My chickens are I gotta do this. I gotta get out of here before the chickens come out. So I'm gonna move these away from the trailers so I don't run them over. On Thursdays, it's yard waste day. I collected over 100 bags already. Oh, look at these. This is awesome. You have no idea. I have to get my truck. I'm lifting this trailer higher. And I need to do this before the chickens come out, which is in like maybe, they come out in just like maybe 5 more minutes. In springtime, it's the only time you've got to get all your leaf bags. And if you miss out, if you don't do it in the spring, you won't get leaf bags. So you have to go like every week, constantly. And I actually go several times a week. We've already dumped so many bags of leaves. I wanted to show you this beautiful tree. Look at all those flowers on the ground. I wish my chickens would eat those flowers, but they don't. So here's how we start. There's a bunch of leaf bags. And these are actually not sealed, so I will actually return their bags to them. But I'm gonna put those on my trailer. Got my little stack of leaf bags. If they don't seal the leaf bags, and their leaf bags are sturdy bags, and a lot of people use super sturdy bags, I will actually return those bags to them so they can just reuse them over and over. Now they tied them tightly, but these are expensive heavy bags. So I will still give them back 2 of these bags. Okay, I'm going over to the next street over, where I know for a fact there are a bunch of leaf bags because I picked up a lot yesterday and I just ran out of steam. And if I can get them out of my neighborhood in time, then I have time to go to my other neighborhood down here, which has awesome leaf bags usually. Although I've already checked and I was there picking up a ton of leaf bags already. Now I just want to show you one thing that happens. One of the yard guys, I know his style because I pick up leaf bags from all the houses he does. So like, for example, I'll zoom in so tight you won't be able to see this. Do you see all that sand? These people have tons of oaks. They have tons of oaks. Their yard guys, they clearly don't spray. They're not like, they've got ant beds right there. So those people have the bomb of the leaf bags. And so do these people. All of these people who use the same yard guy, he will suck up the leaves. Look at that. He will suck up the leaves. He will suck up their leaves, their grass trimmings, and their topsoil into the bags. And he does it with his lawnmower as he clips, and then he bags up. I picked up 40 bags of leaves from their house 2 days ago. But he does it at all his, like this time of year, he'll put the little attachment on and suck up all the leaves, but he also sucks up all their topsoil. So I end up dumping bags of topsoil and leaves that have been mulched and tree trimmings and grass, not tree trimmings, and grass trimmings. It is the bomb. It is like the ultimate. When I get his leaves, I am ecstatic. And same with about 10 other houses this guy does. He uses the same garbage bags and the same method of stacking the garbage bags. So it's like, oh, it's their yard guy. And they pay him to do that, to give away all their topsoil. And I'll happily pick it up as a gift and thank them. I really do appreciate it. Here's another stack of leaves. So these are those flimsy bags. I don't want the, I don't want this kind of stuff unless I think my bunnies would like to eat it. If you want your yard to be productive, I mean, I know there's a lot of people that'll just happily keep their yard. They just want it to be like not even grass, because it's not grass. But they just want it to be just kind of clean, streamlined looking. So they will bag up all their leaves. Now, what I love about doing this is I get so many different kinds of leaves. I love to look at the people's trees and think, oh, good, I'm getting a maple. I'm getting there's a lot of oak leaves. There's no doubt about that. And I'm not complaining. I love oak leaves. They're amazing. They're awesome for your citrus. Mulched oak leaves, or just oak leaves in a pile underneath a citrus tree, it's going to be a happy tree. Anyway, it's true. This next week or two is going to be prime for getting more leaves. You miss that, and you pretty much miss the whole thing. Now, these people, they have an oak and they have a pine tree. So that is awesome stuff. And look at these leaf bags. These are nice because they didn't load them really full. It's awesome. My trailer is getting stacked. What's cool about that pile of leaves is it's got a lot of pine needles in it. So their leaves, I will remember the way they tied their bags. Those are gonna go all around my blueberry bushes. And because blueberries love acidic soil, they like pine. And guys, this is a good workout. If you wanna get a little bit of a workout, just do that. Leaf bags are the key to making good soil. That and tree trimmings. But the leaf bags are crucial because they break down like so fast. And the chickens love to dig in them and crap in them, and then they really break down fast. I mean, I could just put a mound of leaves out and it would turn into compost in like a month, because mix leaves with tree trimmings and chicken poop and you have compost in a month if somebody mixes it. Well, my chickens mix it nonstop, so it's so awesome. They're little mamas. But look at all these leaves. Oh my God. But we've got palms mixed in, which I don't want, but I do want the leaves. So I'm gonna have to dump these into my own garbage bags. I want to show you, this is what I'm being given. I mean, that's already composted. It's basically topsoil. yard here because I don't want my chickens touching those with their feet. I have these at my other house. Look at the spines on this. Done. Time to go empty this off and then feed my chickens and then go down to my parents' neighborhood. Now, when I do this, I'll just unload these and immediately leave again because I have to beat the garbage men. It looks a little bit like a garbage dump here now, but well worth it. That's a workout, guys. I might seem to make it easy, but it's not easy. I'll be sore for like a week. That's all pumpkin. I'm gonna move that onto that heap, that compost heap. Pumpkins love being on top of a compost heap. Now, all those leaf bags, these are leaf bags that I emptied out just yesterday. And I'll show you where I put them. I'm putting them in between each bed. I'm gonna mix into this. I'm gonna mix various stuff in with this. I'm gonna mix a little bit of that ash. I'm gonna mix chicken poop from the compost heap. And this will, in no time, this will be nutrient dense. But really the only goal for this stuff is, it can be just the way it is right now. It'll break down fast enough, and then I will use it to top off my beds. Look how deep that is. That is very deep. They're just nice and full. Oh, look at the pretty roses. Oh my gosh, and whoever, this one yard guy, look at this. This is practically topsoil. It is amazing. He mulches it, it's leaves, he basically sucks the beautifulness out of his people's yards. Anyway, I've already filled this whole area. It's a good foot thick. I still have a lot more to do, obviously, but my potato plants, look at my potatoes. They love all these leaves. Hi, potatoes. Pretty little roses. Look at the potatoes though, they're so happy. So you can tell some people compost them down. They use a mulching mower. Some of these are just raked, clearly. But look how thick these are. And you can see my little plants are already coming up. These are asparagus spears. So I still have to dump a lot of bags in here. Because I have my blueberries here, I like to use leaves that are more acidic. So anytime I get pine bark or pine needles, they all come in here. The nice part is, when I do this, do you think I have to weed? I do not. All of this I would normally have to weed, but because I'm about to put something somewhat acidic on top of it, I won't have to weed this. And look at my little blueberries. The mamas are going to be in shock that they're not going to be able to eat all these blueberries. Sorry, little mamas. I'm going to have to eat those, but you know I'll share them with the little ladies. Look at my little tomatoes. They're starting to come up. They were tiny, and I'm going to have to start attaching them. So today's goal, I have to get all the rest of those leaves put in here. It's a filthy job, but somebody has to do it. And then I have to start So I have all that fresh compost that's beautiful. I need to get all my containers like this and literally fill them. I have jicama I have to plant. I have zucchini I have to plant. I have okra I have to plant. There's just a long list of stuff that has to get planted. So talk to you later. Look at my little ladies. And this is how I go from leaves to really, it's not quite ready to be planted in, although the pumpkins will live happily in this. This is super rich. Show me how you work it, Zella. Oh, she is a pretty little mama. Do not be fussy, mama. Do not fuss. I don't necessarily want the same bags dumped at the same time. So when you dump a different bag, it makes a different, you know, it has different leaves in it. So it's different nutrient profiles. So that's all just plain leaves and not much else. Some of these bags are totally loaded. Let's see if I can show you one. Some of them are loaded with a little bit of moss and grass clippings and just all kinds of other stuff. So I filled in this area. I'm gonna fill in this one next, come all the way down. Now I do have some volunteer tomatoes. So I really, and you can see where I planted my asparagus. Look at these tomatoes. These are beautiful, fantastic tomatoes. And I've got a ton of volunteers already coming up. What you do is you plant your tomato like this. You lay it down in a hole, making sure the roots are in for sure, but all of this will become roots. And you just plant this whole plant, like a lot of it. I'm talking, in my case, I'm gonna plant, these are Everglades. They grow like so easy here. Now this will come up. The rest is planted. This is how I do my tomatoes every year. The Everglades pretty much start me out. I mean, it's topsoil. Some of this is topsoil, and it's leaf litter, it's leaves, it's mowings, it's mowing clippings. And the bottom, so I'll dump it. So look at that. I mean, this is amazing. That's a lot of dirt, like literally topsoil. So I make it, I want it to be like 8 inches to 12 inches thick. And look at the difference between this, which isn't as great. Those are just raked leaves, versus this, which somebody has mowed their lawn and sucked up all their topsoil. Thank you for your topsoil. I don't understand it, why people would do that, but they have a yard guy who wants them to have a sandy yard and not much growing. Just drag all of these over here, and I'll be done with this whole area today. And I can start with my plantings, because there was no way. Okay, so I've already planted potatoes all in here. That's what this mess is, because I don't want to step on those little new potatoes. They're all underneath there in this square, and I'll just cover them with leaves. These are different kinds of leaves. That's what they could enjoy. So that's going to be my potato patch, one of them. And then my sweet potato patch out there. But I need to get all these leaves in so I don't drag them over plants. I have a bunch of flowers that are going to go into, and I have a lot of peppers. I got to put my pepper plants in. This is the time of year. The brassicas are pretty much done in Florida because it's that time of year. Now I'm being careful because these are my little asparagus all along here. They love this. But I just kind of keep an eye on where they are. They'll come out. Ah, pine needles. All pine needles. This is the mother lode right here. They love pine needles. Remember where the water is. I want to say right in here. Here it is. I can't cover that water sprinkler. I need to get a riser for that because it's going to get lost in this if I'm not careful. They love pine needles. So I will take this out and put a riser on it. Probably needs to be this tall to really get over these blueberry bushes. Shadow, come on. Oh my gosh. Look. Whole bromeliads. These are nothing, but these are beautiful bromeliads. They will be beautiful in no time in my yard. Lots of babies. Look at all these bromeliads, Mom. Whole baby bromeliads. Roots included. Mama. No, Mama. Oh, we have a chicken. Trying to get in. one looks dead. This one looks like it could survive. Yeah. This one might actually be able to come back, truly. Mama. Little mama, I see you over there. You're gonna get in trouble. This is mostly pine needles. Perfect. Oh, these are going to be the happiest plants. So this is my fire pit, and I used to have big stacks of wood all along here, and these were my compost heaps, and they mostly composted down. It mostly did compost down. I mean, it's not quite there, but it's good enough for pumpkins. Pumpkins love stuff like this. So my pumpkins I planted in here, and they're already growing, and they'll be perfectly fine. But I cooked all of this because some of the stuff doesn't like the acidity of the leaves I just put in my compost bed. So this is extremely alkaline. It still has a lovely smell. This is extremely alkaline. You only need a tiny bit. You mix it in for places that don't like extreme acidity. So I wanted to show you, after I put the leaves in, I put grass clippings down too. I mixed grass clippings in. Of course, it's rained for like 2 straight days. But I had a lot of grass clipping in some of the bags. So it was perfect to just spread over the leaf clippings. And I recognize what my plants need. So, for example, potatoes are perfectly happy with acidic soil. They prefer 5, 6, 6 as the acidity. So these potatoes are perfectly happy mixed in with an acidic item. These leaves are around 3%, 4% acidity, but the potatoes are planted in the ground, so they're perfectly fine with it. My things like this, asparagus, they don't necessarily like it to be so acidic. So I put ash. I burned a bunch of ash in my fire pit, and I spread ash also with the leaves. Just very fine, a fine amount, not a large amount, just a little is all you need. And that's just to help bring the acidity to where it's not as acidic. It's a little more alkaline. So you have to take into account what your plants need. This is a foot deep. So all these blueberries, they are in mostly pine needles and oak. Pine bark, they love that. They're very happy with that. And then I mixed, like I said, all this grass clipping. They're so pretty. Love these beds. These are all going to seed, and this stuff will grow all over my yard once I let it go to seed. I need these for my bunnies. My bunny rabbits love this stuff, but these need to come out of my raised beds because they're a kind of a high dollar space, yet this stuff grows all over my yard. I have it in my front yard. I have it all along the backyard. It just comes up from seed. So I don't need to have it in my raised beds. I need my tomatoes and my peppers in my raised beds. Look at that pretty butterfly. He's coming back for more flowers. Hello, butterfly. Oh, that's so pretty. Look at him. He's just loving that flower. Oh, very pretty. And the bumblebees are here too. Those little arms are weighed down. These are just a little fatty. Got pretty butterflies and bees all around in here. And the reason I do this is in a year, when it's time to top off my beds, you know, your beds do, the nutrients get used up from the plants. And they kind of do sink down also because these are hugelkultur mounds. I started out with a bunch of sticks and branches. So look how far down they are. They're a good, you know, 6 inches down from where they could be. I was not going to haul compost from my various compost heaps into here when I knew I could get away with one more season just fine. And then next year, all of this will be rich black compost. All of these leaves and ash, and I will bring chicken poop, and I have brought chicken poop in. All of this will turn into a nice rich compost. And at that point, each of these beds will have their own little compost heap right next to them. And I'll do this throughout the year. So I go into my chicken coop, I get a huge bin of poop, and I mix it in with all of these leaves, along with some ash, depending on what's growing in them, because all in here, it's planted. Now, my potatoes, like I said, they're cool with it. So I can put my potatoes, they will start popping up in this area. This is a big potato bed. You just basically drop the potatoes on the ground and you throw compost over the top of it, or not even compost, mulch. So I have to get a big pile of leaves and mulch the rest of this, which I will. You can only take so many leaves because the neighbors don't put them out fast enough, or I would have already taken more. I still have to get around 400 more bags for the rest of my yard because my bananas love to be compost mulched. My, just a number of areas in my yard love these leaves. Now, I'm not doing meat birds this year because I still have around 40 chickens in my deep freeze. So where normally I would be spreading these leaves on the ground for my meat birds, I don't have to do that. So the rest of the leaves can just stay in the garden this year. You can see, this is what it looks like. There's leaves, there's wood chips. That's why I compost, that's why I put so many leaves in here. Well, thanks guys so much for coming on this journey with me. I appreciate it. I really enjoy this time of year. It is a lot of work. You get your workouts in, but it's lovely to be able to do this and to have such a lovely nutrient dense product that's an input for my system, but it's free and it comes from somewhere else. So it's not like I'm having to grow it like comfrey or anything like that. This is just something I can take from a garbage heap and pile it in my yard. Now be super careful. Don't get it from a yard that looks pretty. You need to get it from an ugly yard. Get it from an ugly yard that doesn't spray or poison their yard. Anyway, if you like my channel, I hope you subscribe. It really does help my channel, and I really enjoy doing this, and I hope you enjoy these videos. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.